Lagos State has never had any election that is totally free of violence. Every election year, the Center of Excellence is counted among the Nigerian states with notable incidents of electoral violence. Presently, the Labour Party supporters in Lagos are alleging that over 30 supporters of their party members were said to be on admission in different hospitals across the city, nursing different grades of pain and injury. During one of the party's campaign in Aguda Market, Surulere, with Princess Oyefusi, the deputy governorship candidate of the Labour Party, Lagos State, thugs attacked party supporters usually referred to as obedience. Joining us now is Princess Islamiyat Oyefusi, deputy governorship candidate of the Labour Party in Lagos State. Good morning and welcome to the morning show.
Good morning, Nigerian.
All right, so just paint a picture for us as to the situation on ground. The numbers we have here, 30 of the obedience, if I put it that way, were attacked. Some of them are still on admission in hospital. Can you share with us the extent of the damage that this has caused, both to lives and properties?
It's really sad. Every time I talk about this, I always have to cry. When you see these young people being beaten on the street, being attacked with bottles, with cutlass, with machete, because they just wanted to exercise their civic rights, you wonder what we have become. Have we become barbaric that nobody's life matter on anything? And having witnessed these things, you see firsthand, and it's like you have an out-of-body experience that this is not real. This is not happening in our democracies. This is not happening in our politics. We have people in hospital whose hand is almost cut off because they just wanted to campaign. You have young boys on the street. This young guy, all he did was just go on the street and was giving flag, and they just broke a bottle on his head and stabbed him in the back for just standing out there and wanting to exercise his civic rights. You can't help it. You have to. It's only if you're not human that you don't feel. You just went into shock. You don't feel what is going on, and it's really sad that a city like Lagos State, that's supposed to be cosmopolitan, that's supposed to be accommodating, we have degenerated into this. We have turned our lives, our kids, our young people into these sort of things. And yesterday I couldn't stop crying when I saw what was happening. I was like, what is going on in Nigeria? What is going on in politics? Has it gone to this extent?
So I'd like to ask you, just like I asked when, the obedient rally happened the last time, and, a lot of this happened again, people being attacked. Who's been fingered in all of this? Because, we can't keep just saying, oh, we don't know who did this and all of that. They are not aliens in society. Who are these people affiliated to? Have you reported this to the police? This is a fresh incident that happened in Surulere, because one just happened over the weekend, last week, Saturday, less than a week. So if another one is happening, just a fresh incident. Who's been fingered? And have you reported this particular incident to the police of the people that did this? Because as we speak now, there's been skirmishes all around most parts of Lagos this morning as we speak. And I'm sure it's a breaking news that will be coming on anytime from now. Mile 12, we had people that were around there. In other parts of Lagos, hoodlums chasing people, this is because of the naira scarcity and fuel scarcity and all of that. And it's been very hot this morning. So who can you point at that did this?
For what I saw on yesterday, what was done to our guys, our youth out there, the finger is purely on the doors of APC. Sanwo-Olu is the constituted authority of Lagos State. Sanwo-Olu is the number one. We have talks come at us, 50. And we were on the street and they were saying to us, you these Labour people, you will not rest. And before we know it, they just attacked. This is APC guys. These are APC talks. They're not hiding.
How did you identify them?
Because they said this is Yoruba land. Even after we left, they went onto churches. They were chasing that the U-boats must leave Lagos State. This is Yoruba.
They went to churches
after we left.
On you?
We have the video. They went to one of the church to attack the security. Okay. And they were categorically saying, "This, if you want to vote for Obi, go back to Yoruba land."
All right. Okay,
this is Yoruba. These are not And they're not just nobody, because they were confidently. We even have the video of the guy that broke the bottle on the youth head.
Okay,
they are confidently identifying who they are.
This is a grave assertion, but we need to examine it closely, because if you're pinpointing very directly that this is, these are the people who are responsible, or at least sponsoring or backing these attacks, then we have to examine it very closely. When the statement you just said in terms of this is Yoruba land, go back to your place. Why have you associated that statement with the APC? Because you have other opposition parties in Lagos State. The APC is one, the PDP is another, and both parties, Lagos State is in the southwest, and so both parties have Yoruba candidates running. Why is it the APC that you have said is responsible? That's one. Then the second part of this, the second part of Rufai's question, which is the response of security agents. Have you reported this? What's the confidence of the Labour Party in the response of security agencies, particularly in Lagos State? And thirdly, because you say that Governor Sanwo-Olu is the constituted authority in Lagos State, has he approached the Labour Party or made any, or reached out to you or said anything to condemn these attacks?
First of all, as I mentioned earlier on, the people that attacked us clearly stated who they are.
Did they say they're from APC?
They categorically.
No.
That you should. They said to us. They said to the young guy, "What are you doing here? You Labour Party, you don't learn. This is NTU, the Lagos State. What's it called? The Transport Authority." He said it, clearly stated it, and that is not an organization set up by PDP. That's an organization set up by APC.
No, but the date says specifically we're from APC.
He said
because NURTW is a National Association of Road Transport
Workers. For the Lagos, it's been split.
Yes.
There's a Lagos arm and there's a federal arm.
Yeah,
this guy said Lagos. It's not. This is not an organization set up by PDP. This is set up by APC.
Okay, so for the sake of argument, you cannot 100% say it's APC, but you suspect very strongly it's the APC.
I am saying to you what the guy said to us.
Okay.
And from that organization, from what I know, that organization was set up by APC. It was not set up by Labour Party. It was not set up by PDP.
Set up by Lagos State government.
Lagos State government, yes. The government is an APC party. It's not a PDP, and there's no opposition institution body running in this Lagos State government. Every institution of this government is run by this party. There is no opposition visible in Lagos State. So I have to draw the conclusion that this is APC talks attacking us. We don't carry guns. We don't carry bottles. These are people that want to exercise their democratic rights, the right to choose who they want, the right of association, the freedom to associate with whichever party you want. And it is the responsibility of any sitting government to protect its citizens. We cannot be going out there without the protection. It is your responsibility, Sanwo-Olu's responsibility. So it's got to be accountable for this. For every citizen of Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu is responsible for their safety. The government is responsible for their safety. And it is not fair that we go out there and we don't feel secure. We have reported to police. We have gone to DSS. Even on that day, people were calling. They were calling DSS. They are calling the police station because people were standing there in shock.
So what was the response of the police station?
I think they sent what's it called? Reinforcement out. And before we knew it, before I came out of the market, they were scattered because the young guy had to run into the market. And even when he ran into the market, the security guys were saying, "Don't bring trouble here, don't bring trouble here." The guy was bleeding and running into the market.
Okay, I also want to ask you about what's been happening when you go to markets to campaign in Lagos. Have you been refused or have you been accepted when you go into marketplaces to campaign?
It's very interesting. Since I've been to 20 local government in all of Lagos State because I had to get to the grassroots to send out messages and to communicate and to let them understand what Labour Party is all about. And when they go in there, the reception has been fantastic. People truly want a change. They're truly suffering People truly feel, you feel even the market women are saying to me, how is it that I can use my money to be collecting money? How do I go and take 10,000 naira, they're charging me 2,000 naira? How do I go and take? So you feel the anger, the need to help Nigeria from people. So the reception has been fantastic. They listen to you, they talk to you, they say, okay, now we know, this is what we're going to do, this is what we want, this is our problem. Because if you don't know where the shoes are paining people, you can't help them.
But did you have any skirmish with any lodger?
No. The first one we had was in Sangotedo in Etiosa. When we went in there, we just saw this bell ringing, bang, 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 and I was like, what is going on? And they said, nobody must attend to us, that we did not take permission.
Who rang the bell?
We just saw some women going around the market ringing the bell. And everybody, they said, we can't enter, nobody must attend to us. And I'm like, you can't enter a market? It's not possible. The market is open.
Why did they say you can't enter? Did you bother to ask?
And that's what I was asking. They said, you can't enter. They said, oh, that we did not take permission. I said, you need permission to go into a market. Well, I am going into this market. I'm from Lagos State. My father, my generation built Lagos State. So everybody has a right to enter into any market. So I went in, and the bells were just going around. Two people were ringing bells, and it's like, okay, what is this bell for? And somebody later told us that they tell nobody must take anything from us, nobody must talk to us. Nobody. But when we went in, we started talking. We started explaining, going to people, talking about, telling them what labor is all about, what our agenda is, what our program. And people were receiving us.
Okay.
And they're receptive. But after that, we've never had any experience of what we experienced in Aguda.
Okay. All right. So you say that someone had instructed the market women, if I get you right, not to speak to you.
Yeah.
Who was this person? Was it just another market woman or the leader of the market men or women? And then did you have a similar experience in Aguda? Did you get I know you've said that the people accepted you, but in terms of the administrators of the markets, because there's some reports that have come in terms of resistance to some, to some parties, did you face any such resistance, either at Songotedo or Tedo or at Aguda?
After the Sura market experience, we did not. I did not. That's the honest truth. Nobody else came to us and said we can't go in here. Or we didn't know. I was asking, what is this bell for? And one of the market people that were in the market told us that they told them not to receive us, not to take anything from us, that's what the bell is for, to warn the people in the market. And I went in anyway. I did my thing, like I said. Okay. And after that, everywhere, we've been, even Mushi, we've been to Oyefusi, Disolo, we've been everywhere, and people have been receptive. We've never had the incident we had in Aguda. Okay. And it's very funny because Aguda constituency 2, that's the constituency of the Speaker of the House. Number 3 citizen of Nigeria that makes the laws of Nigeria. Okay. It's wrong.
All right. I think we've been able to exhaust that. Let's talk about your policies and plans for Lagos State. So what is the Labour Party? What are you as deputy governorship candidate? What is your ticket, the ticket you are part of, bringing to Lagos State? What is your manifesto like? Talk to me about it.
Labour Party, Lagos Labour Party is a party. Our manifesto is to make Lagos work for every Lagosian.
How?
Regardless of who you are, what your ethnicity is, what your background is, once you're paying your tax in Lagos, you must be able to benefit from the government. We're bringing good governance back to Lagos. Lagos is...
How?
We're going to build systems and institutions that actually work for the people. We're going to make Lagos accountable for every penny.
How would you do this? How?
What you have at the moment, have you tried accessing any services in Lagos? I've tried it. I'm from Lagos. You have to know somebody to get anything, to be able to do anything. And when that's apart from that, have you seen Agbero systems in Lagos? Have you tried the transport system? Nothing works in Lagos.
So how would you make it work? That's what I just give me the detail as embedded in your manifesto, how you will make this work. It's not just to say, we will do this. And how would you make it work?
For example, I'll take for example, the housing system. the low-cost housing that you have in Lagos State, the only time it's ever worked was when Jakonde introduced a true low-cost housing system where the people benefit direct, and where the housing was actually meant for the low-cost housing. We're bringing in a housing system, like our principal has explained this. Take, for example, people that the big estate agents, the big investors that are doing this big development. As they're doing it, they're going to be developing low-cost housing for people along the way that benefit them. As well, there are our own low-cost housing.
Do you have targets of number of houses you want to build in Lagos?
Oh gosh, Lagos is 22 million population and
how many houses
counting.
do you want to build?
And 40%, 50% of those people are low income. So you need a housing stock that is over 40,000. You need housing stock. Another thing is that I know there's a policy.
So are you going to is it your policy document that you want to build 40,000 houses in Lagos?
We're going to work with the private sector. Like I said, the people that are bringing these mega estates all over the place that low people can buy or access, they've got to be building another one. They do these policies. This government goes overseas, sees this policy. You build the same stock for people that can afford it, that is for the low cost housing. That's a public sector initiative. We're bringing that in. And we're also going to build low cost.
So let me just get it right. So 40,000 homes, is that your policy document assertion to this?
I think it's actually more than that for the time of.
So you don't have a specific target for a number of houses you're going to provide in your policy?
That is the basic figure. The exact number I don't want to quote it.
Isn't it in your manifesto?
It's in our manifesto.
So how much is in there in your manifesto? How many houses are going to be built in your manifesto?
The basic figure, I suspect, I can't say 100% because I can't remember, but I know it's there. It's about 40,000 to start with. So it's going to be there. And those are the programs we're going to use to bring it to Lagos State, work with the private sector, and also build direct to benefit the people. Another thing is equal 35% proportional representation for women. Lagos State is the only one that's ever signed it into law. Even states that are low, that don't have enough revenue like Lagos, that don't generate, they signed it into law. And why is Lagos State, with the amount of population, what the women are contributing to Lagos State, you cannot give them 35% proportional representation. This is a United Nations requirement. And you don't bring that. So all sort of things.
So talking about representation, because we're almost out of time, I like your touch on women. And when your gubernatorial candidate, GRV, was here, we had spoken about the economy, so I won't talk about that. I want you to speak about the cosmopolitan nature of Lagos State, which you alluded to when you were speaking. The fact that Lagos is a multi-ethnic city. However, as you've said, some perhaps groups feel marginalized, especially during election season where they're told, go back home. And it's like, I've been living in Lagos all my life. My grandfather has been in Lagos for so many years. How do you hope to repair this relationship and to ensure that everyone who lives and works in Lagos State as a Nigerian citizen feels welcome? Because that's some of the agitations. And this speaks into security as well. Because the hotspots during election season are areas where you have a more multi-ethnic makeup of the city. So how does your government propose to making it work for Lagos to be truly the cosmopolitan city that it boasts of?
Okay. You see, with a cosmopolitan city, you have to have policies that provide equality for every ethnic group in that city. If you go to somewhere like Apapa, for example, or go to somewhere like even Festac, they're not as developed as the central, as Lekki, as Iko. It's like Lagos State government, this government, if you don't vote for them, they neglect your area. We have been to all this area. It takes forever. There's so many of them where the non-indigenous are more concentrated. Development doesn't get to them. It's like Lagos doesn't hear them. And because they don't vote for you, development don't come here. We're going to include every ethnic group in our government. There's going to be representation of them in that government. We're going to reflect the faith. Our government is going to reflect the cosmopolitan nature of Lagos State. From the Arewa group to the non-indigenous group to the indigenous group, they're all going to be part of our government. Then the one thing that my principal is advocating is that we're going to have a department. That department is going to constitute a representation of a lot of the communities and the various groups, and he's going to meet with them quarterly to see what their group, what the association, the community needs, and he speaks to them direct, no middleman, so that that can be incorporated into our policies on a yearly basis, and they can be catered for. And we are taking government away. I don't understand it. I come from a background, we do good governance framework for public sector. I don't understand it where the regional government and local government does not work, and everything is Alausa. You have to take Alausa away from the center. You have to take government to the people and make those regional, local government work for the people so they feel part of government. So we are bringing government back to the people. We're taking government away from Alausa. We're taking it to Badagry. We're taking it to Apapa. We're taking it to Ikorodu, Ekpe. You don't have to travel all the way to Alausa to be able to do anything. You can't do it online anyway, so you are forced to travel to Alausa. Okay. So it's either you have to provide seamless service for your people to be able to access and for your government to work, or you don't. You take the government to them.
Okay, Lagos has been inundated with perennial floods. It's a big problem. What in your manifesto is the solution to this?
Flooding is one of the top agenda of my principle. I'm not an expert in environmental flooding issue. I'm more of an expert in governance. But one of the things that he talks about constantly is the wetlands policy. It's how to protect the environment, how to mix our flows, our oceans, the policies that we make us flow, we make them flow seamlessly, continuously without all this flooding and all that issue. But I must be honest, I didn't go to this because they were really technical. Okay. So I didn't go into detail, but I know he constantly talked about his wetland policy. And the other thing that he talks about quite a lot is this environmental issue. All these problems we have with non-recyclings of our waste, pure water nylons, and all these issues that are causing this environmental problem.
So that's drainage channel.
We need to address them. We need to tackle them head on, or we're just going to be deceiving ourselves.
Thank you so much.